I had an interesting, if not ironic, interaction just a few moments ago. I live in a condo complex. I'm walking out the door, going to my car, and I see a neighbor of mine across the way, elderly woman, absolutely lovely woman, just the sweetest person you could ever possibly meet. She waved me down and she walked over to me and she said, I was hoping I'd run into you. I wanted to ask you a question. I thought, well, what the heck could you ask me? HOA? What do you want to talk about? Sure, go ahead. And she says, I know you worked in radio, and I'm wondering how you feel about the language people use on the radio today. And I kind of laughed to myself, and I'm thinking, boy, you're asking the wrong person about language. If you knew how I did what I do on TikTok, you probably wouldn't even have come up to me. But I wanted to be respectful to this woman because she is absolutely the sweetest person I've ever met. And I looked at her and I said, well, you're absolutely right. I did work in radio, and back in my day, there was some very strict rules about language on the air. In fact, if you took it too far, they could fine you $1,000 or $10,000 and put you in jail for a year. So we were very careful. But these days, that's not happening. These days, everybody says whatever the heck they want to say. And so I do agree with you. It's over the top, at least on broadcast communications. I qualified it because, again, if I didn't, I'd be a hypocrite. But she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right that this country is a different world than it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. People aren't civil anymore. Decency doesn't exist. Care for one another doesn't matter. Sophistication. None of that is going on right now. We live in a world where it's very adversarial. We're in each other's faces, and we don't hesitate to call each other names. Now, again, I sound hypocritical because of what I do here on TikTok, but I'm talking in general society. As much as I talk this way on TikTok, I don't walk up to people on the street and say, you're a dumb motherfucker. I don't do that, unless they call me that first, and then all bets are fucking off at that point. But we live in a different world now. It's a less decent world, unfortunately. I did tell the woman before we walked away, I said, I understand your concerns about language, and I don't disagree with you. I said, however, there are a lot of things in this country that are going on that are more offensive, more damaging, less decent, and abhorrent at this point. And we can address the language, but we got to address the things that actually hurt people. She just looked at me and nodded and smiled and said, well, good to see you. And we broke it off. But I was thinking about that because here we have an elderly woman who's just trying to get through life, trying to enjoy the radio or whatever, and she can't even do that now. And that's about society. That's about our culture at this point. Still a lovely woman. And I'm going to still say motherfucker on TikTok. I would never do it on the radio, but I will do it here.